Hello trainers, welcome to another episode of Pokemon Go Battle. So today we're going to be showcasing a team that created today as I was playing my PvP sets. Usually I would run Gallade as a lead and sometimes have Lapras in the back, but today we're going to be running Shadow Magnezone in the lead and have an XL Politoed in the back. So without a doubt we're going to jump into these battles and we're going to just see what happens here, because most of the time with Gallade we were having a little bit of issues as far as Pokemon that were just knocking it out rather quickly, and it wasn't really sufficient sometimes, and usually we would have issues with the ghost type Pokemon or flying types, which that's the reason why I switched out for Gallade into Shadow Magnezone. So Politoed, XL Politoed, I was saving as much XL candy as I can, so it's not fully maxed out to Ultra League Premier, but it's very close. But what I really wanted to do this time around was try Politoed instead of Lapras, because the team that I was using from last season, we always had issues with fighters and sometimes with fire. And now that we have Politoed as a single type move, it became a lot easier in some matches, but still wanted to see how it would match up against a Lapras instead. So jumping into these battles, you can see wanted some extra energy to farm just so this Shadow Magnezone could be ahead of this Escavalier, and what we're going to do is let go of this Wild Charge to get the last shield here before we were trying to switch, but we got stuck into the CMP tie. So we gladly shielded right here. We want our Magnezone to survive still, and we bring in our good old Sirfetch'd, and Sirfetch'd having Leaf Blade is just really awesome to have against Swamperts or other water types, sometimes for those bait moves. But the cool part is about our Sirfetch'd is that we have Brave Bird, and usually that could be a nuke move depending on who we face. With the team that I had before, which I'll probably showcase hopefully, having double fighters, is that, you know, when we have those charms or other Pokemon that come in, usually that Brave Bird surprises a lot of people. So without a doubt, that was the first match. That was a pretty smooth win. Just from playing with this team today, did fairly good. If I don't recall, I think we had a 4-1, we had a 3-2, and maybe a 2-3, could be mistaken. There's some matches that was more of a user error on my part, so hopefully we can get into these battles and see what was some of those mistakes that I've could have changed maybe to switch that team around. But as you can see, we had a Charmer come in, and PV Poke suggests having Politoed with Earthquake as the legacy move, but I wanted to, like I said, have Lapras as that replacement with Politoed. So usually I like to spam with those Weather Balls or Surf when I had Lapras, and then I usually like to have that Ice move to have that coverage against the Flying, the Charmers, and also the Grass Pokemon. So that was a perfect example right there. Surprisingly, it does not one-shot KO a Togekiss, so that's really good to know. And with Hydro Cannons here, we get our Politoed knocked out. I believe it takes 3 Weather Balls to knock out a Swampert. It's not as threatening as it is in Great League when you have a Politoed versus a Swampert, because we can get to those fast attack moves a lot quicker with the Weather Ball. So we're going to jump into, let's see what we got here. Swampert again, and we did a quick switch into our zone just to catch that Hydro Cannon, because I think they had some residual energy from before, and it was a questionable move because I knew they're going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon, or at least 2 in this case. So I was trying to force a shield, which we did do here, and we do win CMP tie. We did sneak in that counter right there, and we're just hoping that we can get to this Leaf Blade just before they get to a Hydro Cannon, and they probably were just shy of 1, who knows, but we make it there and we win this match too. GG's. So speeding up these battles just a little bit faster. Wanted to showcase 3 sets today instead of the 2, because I know there were some matches that we lost that I just wanted to show. So here we go into the next match. This is a very bad lead. This is the economical version of a G-Fisk, and we get into a Venusaur. So now what I typically do here is I always want to shield, and most cases, as long as you bait with a Weather Ball, they usually don't shield. I'm sorry, they usually do shield, and then they'll not shield the blizzard afterwards. So they may think that we just have an earthquake, and in this case we can just go with a blizzard, and this knocks it out in one shot. So GG's for that Venusaur getting chilled. So jumping in, we got a Gyarados now. This is still a little tricky. I'm not sure what's really the best way to play this out, but typically I just go with Blizzard first and then Weather Ball afterwards. They try to sneak an Aqua Tail in, which is very surprising, and then I went into my Magnezone. Now this is not the best matchup in this situation, but I want to get this Excadril lined up. So we have Surfetch to come in with some energy, and we actually have energy with our Politoed. So I just wanted to get it out of the way. I know it's trying to farm up with a lot of energy, and all I was trying to do is just chip away with Mirror Shots, and that's really the best thing that we can do, because Wild Charge doesn't do anything really. So our Politoed comes back in, has a lot of energy just like this Excadril, and we're just going to be swapping CMP back and forth here. So they let go their attack, we're going to shield here, and then we're going to let go of our Weather Ball, and then we're going to knock out this Excadril. And this gives us an opportunity for Surfetch to come in and then chip away. So I thought maybe the best play was actually go maybe with Brave Bird, but I was kind of scared a little bit that they were going to get to maybe Aqua Tail or not a Crunch in this situation because we resisted to it. But I was thinking like, oh, you know, maybe they'll get to a couple Aqua Tails before we get to our Brave Birds. So maybe the best play now in hindsight, because I was going really quick with these battles, that maybe going up to a Brave Bird was actually the better idea, and we can knock it out pretty much in one shot instead of going into two Leaf Blades and having that chance where Gyarados could possibly win if it actually had more energy. So another match here. This is a bad lead for us, so to speak. Usually let's see, an Obstagoon, they would have a Night Slash and maybe Gunk Shot for its coverage. So I was really banking that they didn't have Cross Chop, but I didn't want to switch just in case if they did have Cross Chop, then Surfetch can come in and start getting some energy. But in this case, we jump in and we have a Toxicroak, and now that they're one shield down, they would have to bank to see if this wasn't a Brave Bird, and this knocks out Toxicroak rather easily. So now they have to go back in. Most likely, oh no, they don't. They go into their Charizard. They're going to farm down. So we're not going to get into our Brave Bird here. We're going to go to a Leaf Blade, and then the next thing we're going to do is go into our Politoed. And Politoed now, instead of a Lapras, usually when I was playing these matches, Politoed can resist. Oh, actually I snuck in Magnezone, but what I was going to say is that having Blast Burns, I think we can actually survive 2 with Politoed this time around, which is awesome. So they go back into their Obstagoon, and we're just jumping into our Politoed. I think we're just trying to build up energy to double Weather Balls and let them go back to back. The whole idea is to try to stall the time a little bit to see maybe could be an opportunity to switch our Magnezone. So earlier what I was trying to do is I wanted Magnezone to come in to kind of force the shield or let go of their move with Charizard. So it was just me trying to switch around a little bit and try to mix things up just a little, not too much. So here we go, going back into the battle. We shield up this Night Slash. I just wanted to be sure we were okay with health a little bit, and Charizard comes back in, and we're pretty much ready for a back-to-back Weather Ball. They surprisingly don't shield, and they probably knew that the match was just going to be over, so they just let go Charizard, and that was GG's there for us. So that was a 4-1. Possibly maybe would have not recorded one match by accident, but that was a good set right there. Now these next 2 sets could be a little bit of some misplays on my end. So they have a Gallade, they switch into a Kingdra. Usually sometimes they shield, sometimes they don't, but I would say more chances they usually shield with their Kingdra. So they're now shield down, going to shield here just in case it's a Outrage, because I know they can get to one, which they do. So that's good shield on our part. And the idea that I want to do here is to build up as much energy as I can, so I have enough energy to build up to a Brave Bird for that Gallade that comes in. So we just had enough energy. We're going to let go of this Brave Bird. This puts a lot of shield pressure onto this Gallade, and they actually don't shield, which is awesome. And now they have an Excadril in the back. And this is going to be a pretty straight, easy forward match, because we can bring in our Politoed, and then they're going to conceal the match because they're not going to have enough energy to throw I don't even know, honestly. It has to be maybe 2 Earthquakes or no, does it have Earthquake? I know it has Drill Run. It probably needs maybe 3 or 4 Drill Runs to knock out an XL Politoed. I don't know the matchup there, but Politoed actually has a lot of health, and you may see it in this this set here or the next one, how you can survive quite a bit of attacks. So into this Gengar match could be a little tricky. I was trying to go with the Mirror Shot in the beginning to try to get a shield, but they switched into their Surfetch, so we threw our shield or our Mirror Shot first to get a shield to even things out, and now we bring in our Surfetch, and I made a little mistake thinking it didn't have enough energy for almost 2 Leaf Blades, so I was a little just a little frustrated there, but we managed to let go our 1 Leaf Blade here, and I was thinking they were going to probably shield just to farm down, but they let it go, and then they bring back in their Gengar, which is a little bit of surprise. So I have a little bit of energy from our Magnezone, and we're going to bait again with another Mirror Shot, and I believe we may switch into our Politoed here. They actually switch into their Swampert. So this is the match that would like for you guys to see here. I think it needs 2 Sludge Waves to knock out Politoed. With usually the Mud Shots being farmed down, it can manage to get to 2. And for Politoed here, we need to keep stacking up energy to get to 3 Weather Balls here. So this match is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to have to most likely catch an attack from 1 or the 2 of the Pokemon, but we couldn't in this case. We do lose CMP tie, I believe, with what is it called, with Swampert. So that was a match there that we just couldn't time up and switch right there. So that was GG's there for that match. So moving on to the next battle, we have good old Gyarados. So this is a good match for us. So typically, usually in my experience, when there's a Magnezone lead, a lot of people usually go Wild Charge and dip. So that's what we're going to do as well too. I think this is an interesting match, by the way. Let's see if this is the one that I recall. So they let go a Dark Pulse first, which is very surprising, and this could be a Sludge Wave with the amount of energy that they have, which it was. And then we're gonna let go a Blizzard here, which I'm not sure if this is again really the best idea that we could do. I think Weather Balls is a little bit better with stab damage, but just wanted to see if I can farm away, but I end up letting go a Weather Ball just so I can have some health and not utilize my shields from attack from Muck. And they bring back in their Gyarados. So again, what we're gonna do is let go of this Blizzard. This is gonna give about 60 something damage away, and then they switch into their own Shadow Magnezone, so they don't even know we have a Surfetch. So typically most Magnezones would bait with a Mirror Shot, and in this case I just let go a Wild Charge because whatever happens at this point, and then they try shielding with their Mirror Shot, so they still don't know that we actually have a Surfetch, which is awesome in this case. So we let go of the Mirror Shot, they actually shield, and we're just going to farm down here. And in this case, whatever happens, you know, we're just going to win this match. So they actually Mirror Shot again, and we do survive, surprisingly. And we bring in our Politoed, and then we switch into our Surfetch. Yep, and that is pretty much it there for that part. So we're just going to farm down, and we win that match. GG's right there. So like I said, this is kind of a team that was slightly inspired from what I created from last 2 seasons. Haven't showcased it yet. Maybe I will, but it depends on if we have a lot of Talonflames or not. But so far with this kind of change of team, it's kind of working pretty well. May have to maybe reconsider, I don't know, maybe the Magnezone, but who knows. Even Politoed is actually kind of fun, but let's see. They bring in a Gengar, so typically people think that you have Night Slash, and they would typically shield with their Gengar, but this time around that they don't. So I was actually very surprised. I should have let go of that Brave Bird, and this match would have been a lot different. But they actually shield, which is great. In this case, they're going to most likely go with the Shadow Punch, And I think, yeah, they just knock out our Sirfetch'd. So the idea that I want to do is bring in our Magnezone here and start farming down energy. Knowing that the lead that we have, we just want to be sure that we have a lot more energy just to play around with. In this case, just wanted to be extra safe that it wasn't a Shadow Ball. And so in this point, you know, when they let go of their first Shadow Punch, we knew they were going to let go of their second one, so we didn't shield there. So their Machamp comes in. I wanted to see if we can get this last shields, because usually they would shield, but they were very brave and did not shield there. And then they bring in a Honchkrow, which is actually not really a spicy pick, but you don't see it too often. Honchkrow is a very good Pokemon. You could have Dark Pulse, Sky Attack, or Brave Bird. Depending on the match, they may have Sky Attack and Brave Bird, or they'll have Sky Attack or Dark Pulse. So, Honchkrow is pretty spammy, just as spammy as Politoed, and we know that Honchkrow has a very high attack stat, so it can win its matches with our Politoed here. So they're trying to bank on 2 Sky Attacks, which is awesome. Now, this was very, very interesting what happens here. Machamp comes in, throws the cross chop. We have 1 HP. We manage to let go of this Weather Ball before that counter comes in, and then we switch into our Magnezone and throwing our Mirror Shot here to knock out the Machamp. Now, I don't know in this situation if the trainer rage quit or there was a lag from the game, but it looks like, you know, I'm assuming it was lag, because the way that the timing out is right here with this Pokemon coming in last with the Honchkrow, and we just sparked it down and we win that match there. So that was actually very, very close. That's an XL Politoed right there. I think a regular one it would have knocked out and we would have lost that match. So like I said, Politoed is a beast. It's definitely a beast. It's really, really fun, especially with having Blizzard. So going to this match here, this is a so-so matchup, and not to say it's neutral. Maybe it's a little bit on the negative side for the Magnezone, because this Venusaur can get to a Frenzy Plant really, really quick. What I wanted to do here is let go of this Mirror Shot to save some energy, and again, they don't shield. This is very, very surprising. And we jump into our Sirfetch'd here, and we start shielding up, and we come, let's see. We go with a Leaf Blade here, and most likely they're not going to shield. Nope, they let go of their Machamp, and then they bring in their Venusaur. So typically with 2 shields, I kind of feel it out a little bit, but they probably knew it was a Brave Bird. But typically Venusaurs, when they have 2 shields, they will typically shield the first one just to be extra safe. So sometimes I would you know, go with maybe a Leaf Blade first, knowing maybe if I can get to a Brave Bird afterwards, I would do it. But in this case, I just went with the Brave Bird, and what I did here is go with our Magnezone and we'll go with the Wild Charge. We had to chip away damage as much as we can for this Politoed, and we have to shield because this Frenzy Plant is going to hurt us really, really bad. I don't think it knocks us out as far as I recall, but we get to his Weather Ball here to knock out this Venusaur, and then we move on to the next Pokemon. Nope. Yep, and it's a Swampert. So now that we have a lot of energy, I don't mind this Weather Ball being onto the Swampert, and this is going to be another tight match. So pay attention here what happens. So basically what we'll do is we try and charge up as much energy as we can. Hopefully you can sneak in a extra Mud Shot, and we're going to go into this Weather Ball with this Swampert, and we need to build up as much as we can just before they get to a Hydro Cannon and let go another Weather Ball. And the idea here is to switch to our Magnezone to catch this Frenzy, and we did. So luckily we had his Venusaur let go of their Frenzy Plant, and then we just have a Mud Shot away to a Weather Ball, and we actually knock out this Venusaur. So another close match, but we managed to win, and GG's there with that trainer. So like I said, it was really, really fun. A lot of sweaty matches, without a doubt. I didn't pay attention what was our set there, but like I said, it's been pretty good with this team so far. So next match, a Talonflame. First time facing a Talonflame with a Shadow Magnezone. Not sure what's the best play, so I'm thinking maybe I go up to a Wild Charge, try to get a shield, and then switch into our Politoed to start getting some energy. So this is forcing them to let go. which is most likely will be a Brave Bird, and this gives Politoed enough energy to start farming. And surprisingly, oh, we just missed it, but I was about to say I was surprised that they're gonna actually let go of their Talonflame there, but we get into a Snorlax. So this is a very bulky versus bulky Pokemon. Having an XL Politoed gives you quite a bit of HP. I believe this one here is 180 HP. And I think having a couple more levels up, I probably get maybe 182, maybe 183. It's not that much more. But being for what it is, it's very, very bulky against this Snorlax. And I switched back into actually a Surfetch just to start farming down energy. So I wanted to force them to let go of their energy. Ends up being a superpower. Not too good. But knowing that this Talonflame is going to come in, I wanted to bank and see maybe I can let go of a Brave Bird and see if they would actually shield. But in this case, they actually don't shield. And I think I did it twice, which I was very, very surprised about. So I could have, in this case, I actually let go of the Brave Bird. And I think they don't shield and let go of their Talonflame. So that was alright there, not too bad. So again, this is tricky. We have a Shadow Machamp with a Politoed, which we lose CMP tie. The idea that I wanted to do is go to a Blizzard and see if I would let go of that Blizzard. And I knew I could have gotten up to a Mirror Shot here. So actually probably the best play I could have done is maybe go back to back with those Weather Balls and then let go of that Mirror Shot. We could have possibly won that match. So wasn't anticipating they were going to let go with that Blizzard. But hey, it is what it is. GG's there from that trainer. Moving on to the next match, we have an Ampharos. So this one could be a little tricky if Ampharos has Focus Blast. In this case, they charge right up to a Thunder Punch, so no reason to shield in the beginning. And I'm just going to go up to a Mirror Shot here to see maybe if they can get their attack fallen before we let go a Fire or a Wild Charge. No fire. So their attack does go down. I believe that we do survive this with a little bit of HP left, but we actually end up switching just to see what they're going to switch into, and it is a Dragonite. So I went straight into a Brave Bird. I think maybe doing it's like a 50-50 call, but probably going with the Leaf Blade first and then going with the Brave Bird. You can at least get 2 attacks that can be shot, and in this case they had enough energy for a Dragon Claw, so we went with the Wild Charge after that shield, and this is going to let us know if they want to let go of their Dragonite, which they do. And then they have a Gallade, which was very reluctant. I was trying to get to that Wild Charge to get some damage, and this could have been another match that we were just fell short just a little bit. Yeah, this match was it. So they have enough energy for a Leaf Blade. I think with Gallade you need 3 Weather Balls to knock it out, so not much that we can do here with this match. And having Ampharos in the back there, I think it has a Thunder Punch ready to go. There was nothing that we could have done there, so we need to have that Mirror Shot or at least that Wild Charge go through just to have some play towards the end. But basically nothing we can do with this match, and GG's from this trainer. So not too bad there. And we're going to be moving on to the next battle. So we're very, very close. We're almost done with this game, or with this video. Again, wanted to show some wins, wanted to show some losses, just to see how this team works out. We have a Swampert lead. This is not good for us, so we switch into our Surfetch. And again, this is not good because we're up with a Gallade. So we're going to go with a Brave Bird at this point, just to chip away. And they did not shield, which is awesome. So now if they bring in their Swampert, which they don't, they bring in their Escavalier. And this is perfect because now we know that Magnezone does not really have much play here. So basically what I'm going to do is just farm up some energy. We're actually going to shield once because we want to have this trainer start using their shields. So basically what I'm going to do first is go to a Mirror Shot and then a Wild Charge. So they shields the Mirror Shot, and then they switch into their Swampert, which is perfect because I actually wanted this Wild Charge to hit the Swampert because 50% health of a Swampert versus a Politoed is going to make this match a hell of a lot easier. And then we actually stored our Magnezone in the back just as its third potential shield, because between Swampert and Politoed with all these attacks going through, this time is going to, you know, the switch clock time is going to come up really quick. So we're going to let go of this Weather Ball. It was just HP away from being knocked out. This Escav comes in. We actually going to shields. I think we actually do survive this drill round, but we just wanted to make sure that our HP is sufficient so we don't lose the match. Weather Ball number 1 goes through, and then Weather Ball number 2, and I believe this knocks out the Escav. So GG's there for that match. So most counter users don't have a lot of health. They usually survive maybe one hard hitting move and then have a little bit left for their second one. So not too bad there, considering Magnezone was weak against that Swampert and against that Escav. So was just banking on the Escav not having their attacks go as quickly as that Swampert for that matchup. So here we go. Gallade, sometimes people stay in, sometimes they stay out. So I think they were trying to bank on us going with the move first. So they have Synchronoise, which was very interesting. And what we did here, knowing that grass is resisted against electric, we went with the Mirror Shot, and very, very reluctant that we actually got the attack fallen on this, what's this Pokemon's name again? Tangrowth, there we go. So we start farming down energy again because we want to have this Surfetch having a lot of energy for the Pokemon to come back in, which was Gallade, and we're going to possibly shield here and just farm down. And I think this is another trainer that let goes their Gallade. We went with another Brave Bird, and boom, there we go, that Gallade is gone, and we have another Escav in the back. So this is looking like our last match. We're just going to bring in our Politoed in this case. We just want to be sure that we have a lot of energy in the beginning, and we're just going to start spamming away with Weather Balls. So we want to get down to the point where we want to get this shield out of the way, and this first drill run goes through, and we're going to let go of this another Weather Ball. Trainer knows that we have energy in the back, so they don't shield. And at this point, I bring in our Magnezone. We know that it's pretty much dry with its energy, so we're going to go with Mirror Shot number 1, and then they have to let go another attack because we're just one spark away with another Mirror Shot. So now they're depleted with their energy once again. Politoed comes in, it farms with its up to its Weather Ball here, and we let it go and we win that match. So GG's there. So a little bit of maneuvering back and forth, we get a little bit of lag, but we knock out the Escav and we win. We move on to the next battle. Let's see, I think we have 1 or 2 more videos or matches. So here we go. Frogs Val A. So here we go, next match. Dragonite. So this is almost like Master Premier. This is a little bit of a baiting game, but they switch into their Amok. So what we're going to do here is just farm. Should have probably let go of that Wild Charge first, so I didn't have to shield. But what we're going to do here is go with the Mirror Shot first to see if maybe they would shield as well too, but they don't. The attack goes down. I'm thinking maybe I'll farm up a little bit again and switch into our Surfetch, because Dark Pulse is going to not hurt us, but they actually Acid Spray. So this is the match that I was actually ready to get into. So they Acid Spray first, and they only have Dark Pulse, and their attack has already fallen. So basically, being resisted to Dark, this is not going to knock us out, so we're not going to shield here. So this gives us the opportunity to, I think, farm, but no, they switch into their Dragonite. And at this point, we just let go of the Sleep Blade just to chip away, but there's not much we can do here. We're going to bring in our own Shadow Magnezone once again with all this energy that's farmed from Amok. We don't even have to shield here because this is just a Dragon Claw, and we just build up to 2 Wild Charges and not doing any baits. We're just going to go Wild Charge the Wild Charge. If they want to shield, which they do, great. And then we go up to 2 more, Sparks, just to get some energy just in case, and then we let go of that other one. So now at the very end of the match, we have a Venusaur. So what's going to happen here? We're going to charge up to that Blizzard and knock it out in one shot. So it does beat us to a move if we're going to go straight Blizzard. So thank God we actually have that shield. and we let go of that Blizzard, and that Venusaur is gone. So the last thing they have is their Muck with a little bit of energy, and with just a Dark Pulse that's not going to knock us out with that health, and we win that match. So GG's there for that game. So that was the end of the video there. So appreciate you guys watching through. If you watch it right up to the very end. Again, this team is brand new, started off today. During our GBL battles, we only did 3 sets, and we did pretty good considering what it was, based on the experience I had with Pokemon in the past. So I'm gonna probably play it out a little bit more depending on how the meta shifts tomorrow, but without a doubt, thanks for watching again. Like and subscribe if you really like this content. Gonna be again streaming on Twitch, most likely Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, maybe a bonus on the weekends. But again, come by, have a follow, have a little bit of time to watch and have some fun as we do some GBLs. But without a doubt, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.